Here's the crux of the problem. There's a blizzard of AI garbage out there. People are generating hundreds, even thousands of resumes and cover letters, while companies deploy their own screening algorithms and AI bots to try and sift through it all and find good candidates. The first part of StoryStrengths addresses that and gets your resume in shape to have the best chance of getting through the blizzard to get you the interview. And getting an interview these days is very, very hard. So when you get one, it needs to pay off. That's what the bulk of StoryStrengths does. In StoryStrengths, we help you understand your unique value, which you almost certainly underappreciate. Everyone does. And your challenges and how those things are linked and how they make you into the unique asset that you are. And in StoryStrengths, we will teach you how to tell a story about every accomplishment in your career so that you connect with the interviewer, you're more easily remembered, and they can share about you without even looking at their notes. Now, why stories? Well, this is our number one learning tool. It's actually a survival adaptation that put us at the top of the food chain. Because the brain is wired for story as a mode of learning above everything else, when you use it as the way you communicate, you're speaking the brain's natural language. You have a huge tailwind. And, this is really important, an interview is kind of an exchange of press releases. Here's why it's great to work here. Here's why I'm great and you should hire me. But the problem with a press release is it's one-sided. And we all know nothing is one-sided. So even with a company that you know and like and trust, if you get a press release, part of you's going, yeah, but what else? But stories aren't one-dimensional. They have to go up and down and be dynamic. And so when you can tell the accomplishments in your work history as stories, you have to tell the good and the bad. But we structure this so that they all end with you bathed in glory. I'm going to give you a real example. One of the first people to go through StoryStrengths was a program director for USAID. This was the number 2 person in charge of the United States' response to the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. And part of her responsibility was to get chlorine into Gaza to clean the water, so people had clean water to drink, cook with, bathe in, etc., to sterilize instruments in surgical suites, and all the other things that you need to sterilize things for. And for months, she was unsuccessful. Now, this is one of the most capable, competent people you would ever hope to meet. It doesn't matter how big, how hard the job is. If there is a playbook for it, she will run that playbook to the letter flawlessly. And that was the problem. Because she was running the playbook, and here are all the reasons we need to get that chlorine into Gaza. And the Israeli customs official at the border said, absolutely not. It could be used to make bombs. And then she went to the playbook and said, and here are all the security protocols and the double and triple checks to make sure that not 1 ounce of this chlorine will end up somewhere where it could be used to make bombs. No, I can't take the chance. For months, this happened. She would go back, no. Get sent packing. Now dedicated, but ineffective. Then one day she came back, and before she even had the door all the way open, the guy's rolling his eyes like, here she comes again. She said, no, we're not going to do that. I just want to tell you one thing. And that is, when the public health crisis happens, and we both know it's not if, that many people in that space with dirty water, is it going to be cholera or diphtheria or yellow fever? We don't know, but we know it's going to be one of those. And when it happens, it won't care about your checkpoint and it won't care about your border, and Israelis will get sick. And he opened his desk drawer, took out a stamp, approved. And she got chlorine into Gaza. So what's our takeaway? She's amazing, dedicated, committed, relentless. She doesn't quit until the job is done, right? Who wants to hire her? Anyone in their right mind would want to hire that person. But what's also true? Her diligence of following the playbook meant that she did not get the job done for 4 months. She was ineffective, but then stepped back, made an adjustment, and was successful. So as someone who's thinking about hiring a person, one, I don't have to say, tell me your greatest weakness. She can say, well, like I told you in that story, it took me too long. There were people babies getting operated on with dirty instruments for months because I didn't solve that fast enough. Ooh. But I did eventually solve it. And what I learned was, here's how to adapt, how to take the different perspective or the conversation that helped me or whatever. Now as the person doing the hiring, I realize, oh, this is a person who is, of course she's going to have some limitations. She's a human being, but she can overcome them. She adapts, she learns, she grows. We all want to hire that person because it means whoever's sitting in front of me today, they're going to be even better a year from now. Yeah, I want that person on my team. So in StoryStrengths, we're going to teach you how to do that about all kinds of different things in your career and in your life. And the best part is this skill, which will help you own the job interview and outshine your competitors. This skill doesn't end at the job interview. You carry it forward with you into the job, dealing with regulators, bosses, donors, customers, what have you, and in life. So what's it like? StoryStrengths is over 35 snackable video lessons that you can watch or listen to while you're cooking dinner or what have you. Those video lessons are supported with written text and interactive worksheets that walk you through every single step of the StoryStrengths process. All of this is then further supported by journaling exercises that build a habit of professional reflection that will support your continued growth for years to come. And then there are tons of extras, including more videos, articles, essays, studies, and more. So I hope you get started today. I can't wait to do this with you. It's a great journey. Let's go. See you next time.